Hello, and welcome to the first year of WWE's ECW, the show where we take a look back at the first 52 episodes of WWE's re-envisioning of Extreme Championship Wrestling. Well folks, it looks like we've prematurely come to the end of the road. Unfortunately, due to the WWE Network closure and Netflix not hosting WWE ECW episodes, I will no longer be able to continue the series. So for now, this is the last episode. With the Royal Rumble right around the corner, ECW management has decided to put on an over-the-top rope battle royal to get the ECW roster warmed up. Taking part in the match is Sandman, Sabu, Kevin Thorn, Tommy Dreamer, and lastly, everybody's favourite, Rob Van Dam. Sabu and Tommy Dreamer are the first out of the match when Sabu hits a Hurricane Rana on Tommy, eliminating Tommy and himself in the process. After a minor distraction from Ariel, Sandman is next eliminated when Thorn effortlessly throws him over the top rope. We're down to our last two men, RVD and resident ECW bloodsucker Kevin Thorn. The rest of the match is a good bout between Thorn and Van Dam, with a couple of close calls for RVD. Eventually though, Van Dam eliminates Thorn with a kick from the top rope to win the match. Joey Styles and Taz tell us that tonight's main event has changed. What was originally announced on ECW.com was that Hardcore Holly would be taking on the champion Bobby Lashley, but now Test will be taking on Bobby in the main event tonight, even though they will be having a match this Sunday at the Royal Rumble for the ECW World title. Very strange. More action next as brand newcomer Marquis Cor takes on jobber Wes Adams. Before the match, Cor gets on the mic and begins to berate Adams. He says,
"You're about to find out when the alpha male comes. You either get out of the way or get run over."
Cor then takes out Adams with the mic. I like how the referee has a go at Cor for the sneak attack, but then continues to ring the bell anyway, even though it looks like Adams is out cold. As expected, Cor makes short work of Adams, or as Taz calls him at one point, Corvan. God, there is no hope for Taz. He can't even get this geezer's name right. Cor hits his signature shoulder tackle, followed by the Russian leg sweep into a Fujiwara armbar to pick up another easy victory. Backstage, Hardcore Holly confronts Test about the main event change. Holly says, "It was supposed to be me out there with Lashley. I don't care who I have to go through, whether it's you or Bobby Lashley, I'm going after that ECW World Championship." How could you have the last episode of the first year of WWE's ECW without our resident exhibitionist? You couldn't. So here's Kelly with some friends to get their gear off in front of this horny live crowd and the horny viewers at home. The girls get on the mic and introduce themselves. It's Brooke, Layla and Kelly, aka Extreme Exposé. The girls then proceed to shake their asses and dance as a trio very poorly. I'm no dance expert, but these girls are so out of time with each other it's crazy. Kelly's constantly about 2 moves behind the others. In all fairness, it could be that Layla and Brooke are rushing and they're 2 moves ahead of where they should be. Who knows? Who cares? I don't think these girls are out there mainly for their dancing. I was expecting Mike Knox or Matt Striker to break up the Exposé, but that doesn't happen. The girls dance uninterrupted for about 3 minutes, which with these girls' dance moves, that's 3 minutes too long in my opinion. In the end, the music just cuts off abruptly and the girls look confused, and that's the end of the segment. Next, our school teacher Matt Striker is joining Taz and Joey Styles on commentary for our next bout between Straight Edge Phil and Elijah Burke. This was a fairly boring match between Punk and Burke, with Burke controlling most of the match. Eventually Straight Edge Phil starts to make a comeback and you would think it's safe to assume that Punk will lock in the Anaconda Vice at any moment. Wrong. Burke goes to roll up Punk, but Punk manages to reverse it and get the 3 count. Remember last week when I said that Kevin Thorn was banging on about being in the Royal Rumble, but he wasn't featured in the graphic? Well, they've updated it now. Literally might be the worst picture I've ever seen of Kevin Thorn. It's main event time folks. A match that is set to take place at the Royal Rumble on Sunday is happening tonight, but not for the title, as Test takes on Bobby Lashley. Lashley heads straight to the outside to take out Andrew. Test fights back for a while, but once again Lashley gets the better of him. When we return from the commercial break, Test is in control of the match and has the champion in a chin lock. Test goes for an elbow drop from the top rope like he did last week, but Lashley manages to counter it. Despite this counter, Test still remains in control, later whipping Lashley into an exposed turnbuckle and then hitting a pump handle slam. Test is done playing games and now retrieves a chair in an attempt to take out Lashley before the championship match this Sunday. Things don't go to plan though, as Lashley hits Test with a devastating spear and now proceeds to batter Test for the remainder of the match. The champ then hits his finisher and it's over. 1, 2, 3. Yep, that's right. Less than 5 days away from their championship match at the Royal Rumble, Lashley beat Test clean. No shenanigans of any sort, no hardcore Holly interruption as you might have expected from the earlier segment, nothing. They made Andrew look like a right knobhead. After 32 episodes of watching WWE's ECW, this might possibly be the worst booking decision of the whole series. This main event made no sense whatsoever. It's kind of poetic that we end the series after a baffling booking choice like that. WWE's ECW started off as a complete mess and it ends as such. Massive thanks to everyone who has consistently supported this series. Honestly, it means the world. Hopefully those last 20 episodes that I intended to watch and review get covered someday. Although, I'd be very surprised if they ever end up on Netflix. Stick around for a big year on the channel where I'll be trying some new things as well as the classic reviews. I'm going to give episode 32 2 out of 5 stars. Thanks again for watching and I'll see you in the next video. That will most definitely not be an ECW review.